Hello. For 1a, we use this on Wikipedia, this formula, these 6 coefficients, and then we input it to make this formula here for Google Sheets, using these wavelengths to get this graph. Onto Lotta.
You can see the variables previously stated, C1 to B3, the calculations, which is from A2 to F5, and then it plots the graph between 0.4, 0.8, and 1.51 and 1.53.
Okay, onto 1b. Here we have big frequencies, using this formula to get this refractive index graph. Sorry. Onto Lotta.
And then the frequencies are generated between 0 and a very large number, and the calculations are done between Calc 1 and Calc 5, and it's all represented in the graph below.
Perfect. Okay, on to number 2. Here we have the initial values that we've given, the final values, 1 over u, 1 over v, and using this formula, we get this graph of 1v versus 1u. On to Lotta.
So we have the values for u, which are generated between 20 and 55 in intervals of 5. Then the variables of v are input in an array before the calculation. Then the calculation is done, and it would return the value, and that value is plotted on the graph. The red line shows the line of best fit, and the blue line shows tracks the results of the calculation.
Perfect. On to number 3. So we use this formula of t equals yada yada. We let y equals 12 and let the length equals 2. And we inputted this formula for the sheets and these x values all the way up to 2 to give us this equation. And then the gradient, when the gradient equals 0, that's the value. Alright, Lotta.
So you can see that x generates the values between 0.1 and 2, the 20 different values. Then between part and part 3, it does the calculation, and then from final 1 to final 2, it does the final part of the calculation, and it's all put onto the graph below. Perfect.
And on to number 4. Yep, these are... Yep. This is a small y, this is big Y, big L, C1, C2. This is what we use to make the graph, these values, and that gives us the graph. Thank you for listening.